Hey guys, welcome back to another video with me, Louise Egan from Wordpress.com. Today I'm just going to show you how to make interest groups in your Mailchimp lists. So this basically means, let's say if you have a list and I have a company and it's a sports clothing company. So if you have a list and it's rather than showing your complete list of people, you can break this into segments. So I'm going to do this through the medium of groups, and you can have a group for people who are interested in running, who are interested in, let's say, fitness clothing, or a gym, or people who are interested in yoga. So you can have three different segments, and you can do this through the medium of groups. So I'm just going to show you how to do this. So let's get started. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to be showing you how to set up interest groups in your Mailchimp list. So when you log into Mailchimp, you want to go into lists. And then what you want to do is you want to find a list that you are going to put into groups. Ideally, if you only had one list and they were all in different groups depending on your segments, that would be ideal. But I just have a couple of lists here set up for demonstration purposes and whatnot. So let's just go into subscribers here, and we're going to click on this little drop down, and we're going to go to manage contacts. And now what we're going to do is you want to go into groups. Now the difference between groups and segments is that for groups you can actually ask people to pick what group they want to be in, whereas for segments it's just how you send them to people. Um, and the good thing about groups is because people are picking themselves, you know that it's definitely what the group that they want to be in. It's definitely what they want to hear about, you know. So for example, basically what groups are is, if you can imagine, let's say if you have a fitness clothing company, and if you want to segment your list into people that are interested in yoga and running and the gym, obviously these three people are going to be wanting to hear about very different things. The people that are interested in the gym aren't really going to be wanting to hear about yoga, maybe sometimes, but not all the time, you know. Um, and they're not going to be wanting to know about as complex yoga poses and whatnot. And vice versa, the people who are interested in yoga aren't going to want to hear about, you know, how to get your squatting form right. So that is how that is basically why you would make groups, is because it means you can send different content and different emails to different people, and that they'd be more engaged that way because you know it's more specific to them. So if you click here on create groups, and then you can choose basically how you show the options on your sign up form. I would recommend doing checkboxes because this way people can select more than one. So if they're interested in a couple of things, they can click on all of them. So I would recommend doing that, but you can choose the other ones if you'd like. So here's where you can make your groups. So you can make like different groups. You can make one to do with interests. You could make another one to do with maybe country, you know, depending if it was if it was a geographic thing that people in different countries might get different content, well then you could get them to select this way. So basically anything where you might be sending different content to different people, that's when you would make groups. But don't make too many groups because it might put people off signing up. But for now we're going to go with interests. Interests. Um, and basically you can see here your group names within this one group. You can have your different segments. So let's just go with gym, we go with yoga, and we go with running, and you can add more in if you'd like. You can just click on add group here, and you can have only two, or if you want to you can just minus one of these. So let's just save that. And that's pretty much it. Your groups have been added to your list. You can either import to these groups. So if you were at different events and you had, say, a couple of people who had signed up at a gym event, or if you had a couple of people who had signed up in your yoga class, you can add them into them groups manually. But for now, let's just click done. And then when you're going to set up your sign up forms, you can add, you can just check the box, and these interest fields will be added to your sign up form. And that's pretty much it. Then you can start basically specifically targeting people when you're doing your campaigns. You can, when you click on create campaign, let's say create an email, and I just call it begin. So you can see here when it says to, you can click on add recipients, and you can choose your list. So we'll say this one. And that, look, you can segment it here to a group or a new segment. So this way you can choose your group. So you can click on interest is one of, and you can click on whichever one you want. And that way it'll only be sent to the people in that actual group. So if you're sending out an email about, I don't know, something to do with the gym, that way you can just send it to people who are in the group interest, in the interest group to do with the gym. So I hope that helped, guys, and let me know if you have any problems with this.
So there you have it. I hope this helped. I hope you now know basically how to set up your groups in Mailchimp and how they actually work in terms of targeting people with different content depending on the group that they're in. So basically, if you'd like to check out my other Mailchimp tutorials, the links will be in the description, and I'll also be a link at the end to the next video in terms of getting, if you'd like to embed your Mailchimp form onto your website, you can do that. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That would really mean a lot. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see me do in the future, and if there's any videos that I can help you with, anything to do with WordPress or anything like that that I can help you with, please let me know. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next video.